Can you believe it? We've got a hell of a game in our hands here. This time charging up through the centre, it's the two Richter brothers together again. Lovely footwork inside and out, and that time it's Jacob who touches down. And the Philippines back on the board at 1 apiece. Well, the Philippines finished second in their pool, just tucked behind Australia after that big win against Italy, which settled the tie. For Scotland, they had to settle with a third place finish behind Japan and New Zealand. No shame in finishing behind those two teams, Simon.
Not at all, and I mean certainly the developments in Japanese touch over the last few. Ooh, that was very close. I mean Japan has really come on. We're doing tours down to Australia, playing tri-series with Australia and New Zealand, so you've seen real development there. I think this Scottish Mixed Open side has come out and played. I've watched a couple of games, played just some really entertaining touch. A really nice mix of some quite experienced players, but also some people quite new to the game, like Jamie McKinnon, who just came up there with the blonde hair. Very new to the game, but brought a lot of athleticism and skill.
And the cheer goes up from the Scottish box, which is just in front of us here, although the penalty goes the other way. Ewan McKinnon sent back. Scored twice already in the competition, McKinnon, in his 5 games.
Yeah, so Jamie and Ewan, two brothers who, again, like I say, new to the squad this year, very new to the sport, bought a lot. I think Jamie's potentially also paying some homage to Eminem, releasing a new album with that peroxide here.
Well, the Philippines sliding in. Touch was made. It's the dangerous Damon van der Verde. He's the top scorer for the Philippines with 11 tries so far in this World Cup. He comes close there. But it's still the Philippines here, back inside. Lovely step from Alan Shine. Scotland deny them at a second time, and it is Ewan McKinnon again involved. Great pick up, lovely step off the left. Wide they go, well read. Singapore have to cough, the Philippines, sorry, have to cough it up there. Well, a slip of the tongue there as I accidentally bring up the Philippines. It's because they're in action also in this mixed open knockout stages.
Yes. So that's it there, as you're watching that. Scotland just got to halfway on 3 touches there, just through good hard drive and just no downtime on the ball there at all.
Philippines, however, will be in possession. There's a cry of lost control from the Scottish box, unheeded by the referees. You'll hear a bit more about our referees in the Daily Show this evening. Just for intro for that just filmed, so do stick around after the break of play. For now though, Philippines up to halfway. Well, they haven't headed to the box just yet, happy to play with those on field. Lifted off the deck by Perugino.
Interesting decision.
Perugino, the dummy, instead they go over the top, and they do on that far side.
Very good covering by that Kirsty on the right wing there.
They do pick out Kim Solomon, who's another dangerous try scorer.
Lucy on the right wing there, isn't it? Yeah. So I think one of the things, particularly for people that are new to touch, might find quite surprising is the amount of agility in defence. I think another turnover there.
Well, in fact, it is a turnover. And on the ball now is Antonio back in possession, a dangerous player as well in the middle for the Philippines, who are level with Scotland in this elimination game. A place in the quarterfinals on the line as the try scorer Jacob Richter is caught. Lifted over the top of van der Verde. Patient attack from the Philippines. Here comes Isabel Fish to play half. Van der Verde over the top, acres of room. Well, you could drive a tram through the space out wide on the left that the Philippines had to touch down. And they take the lead, Simon. Good play from them to draw in the Scottish defence.
Yeah, they did a very nice job just coming over to this right edge and just reeling in that right-hand side of the Scottish defence. Now, you know, a play before, Lucy had done a really good job being able to go cover out there, but this time they had to come in. And a beautiful long ball as well.
One of the Chad Burns touches down. This time it's Aria. There's 3 of them in this Philippines side alongside Kaylin and Amelia. 6 touches from the half, though, have got Scotland in a dangerous position. Here's McKinnon at the half. Yeah. Lovely step inside from Jamie McKinnon, and, well, the offside call it is, so good ball away to put Scotland in for a second.
So Grace Burton scoring that. This is Grace's 3rd World Cup. 2015, she actually won a bronze medal with the Singapore Women's Open. 2019, won a bronze medal with Scotland Mixed Open. So despite actually being a very young woman, she's a very, very experienced player.
Grace Burton, the scorer. I thought that McKinnon may have been caught there, but instead it's an equaliser. Oh, Simon, what a game we have for us here. Both sides know exactly what's on the line.
This could be a cricket score by the end.
Well, we certainly hope so. Live here on pitch 2 at the Touch Rugby World Cup 2024. Philippines sliding again.
Oh, that is a brilliant defensive touch there.
Van der Verde denied. You can't keep him out for long. Here he is, Damon Van der Verde. Good pickup, shine to his right, opens up the left-hand side of the field. Caught before he can give the ball. Good defence from Scotland.
Yeah, everyone came out really nicely and just held spaces there to give him no options to pass off to. And again, see here, that's third touch, second or third touch on and over halfway. Really good driving by Scotland there.
Great transition, Scotland on the offensive.
Hannah Smith, the former Great Britain Olympian.
Well, that is certainly a stat for us, live on pitch 2.
She was Great Britain Women's Sevens.
Lovely step off the left from Innes Philp, trying to get on the outside. Here is Philp again, going alone. Oh, penalty, unfortunately, against Scotland there.
So again, you can see some differences in the speed at which both teams are doing their line attack. Scotland getting up, moving the ball around very quickly side to side, whereas Philippines are sort of going slightly more slowly into their plays and then exploding.
Philippines hit the box. And they'll look to attack. And force out a strike from here. Antonio back on the inside. It's another good carry from Caelan Chadburn. They open it up on the right-hand side this time. Into the end zone goes Antonio. Who can he pick out? Totting down. It's a try scored by another Chadburn. This time it's Caelan on the board. Philippines go back in front.
And as I was just saying, that is that explosive pace from Chadburn and other Philippine players. They've been going slightly slower into their setups and then just exploding out of the strike dump. That is phenomenal pace off the mark there.
The Philippines undefeated coming into this game except for a 13-2 loss to Australia. They dispatched the likes of Spain, China and Ireland with consummate ease. Close games against Italy and the United States, but wins regardless. A really impressive record coming into this game, but here's Scotland coming back. This time through Jamie McKinnon. You can't miss him with the bleached blonde hair out there. Good to distinguish him from his brother at least. And the two McKinnons working through the middle there. Lovely ball inside, but the whistle goes to the dismay of Rory Grant in the Scottish box. He's got his hands in the air.
I think this is one of the things that in touch is when to play advantage and when not to, and I do really feel for the referees about when they decide to play advantage and when they don't. I think it's a very hard judgment on their part. I think quite often people would say that a player was offside and they went through and someone else who was onside made the touch, so actually, look at that, and just open them up.
Well, the McKinnons work in tandem. Ewan this time inside to his brother Jamie, and Scotland are level again. Well, it's the battle of the touch rugby families here, isn't it?
With see here why. Oh, right, they went. So that was what you had there was that basically Scotland went into what's called counter movement. They dumped. Philippines were expecting them to go to the left. Instead, they went to the right. Big hole opened up between the middles. Really clever play.
The Philippines, though, will look to respond. It's been tit for tat so far, and that's how you expect it to continue here. Another try for the Philippines before we can even return to the action. They put themselves back ahead 10 minutes in. It's 4-3 for the Philippines.
Just stop watching the replay and they're throwing another bomb out to the left.
It's Kim Solman with a score. Well,
that is very little wind up. Almost no. How he got that much power into that pass.
Scotland with a tap from half. It's rare in this game that either side has been able to stop one another from this first set of 6. Here goes Scotland again. Some tired legs out there. They've made a few changes. Good carry from Callum Smith. Smith just awaiting the touch. Peregrina has his hand in the air.
Smith pleading for a penalty there, not getting it. And there's his brother Finlay with the ball now.
Smith back to the left-hand side for Philip Innes, and now Smith can open up the field, ball over the top. Beautifully weighted pass. Hannah Cleffin goes over.
So did I call her Hannah Smith earlier? Sorry, Hannah Cleffin recently got married, former Great Britain Olympic World Rugby Sevens player.
Well, congratulations, Hannah, touching down for Scotland to equalise as well.
And the two Smith brothers, who both graduates from Scotland age group teams, Scotland under 18s. And in fact, Callum, number 11, was Scotland under 15s as well.
Well, it's certainly a family affair in this mixed open tie. It's the Chadburns and the Richters up against the Smiths and the McKinnons.
And the Clefanes, who are the married couple.
And the Clefanes as well.
Sorry for the ones who aren't related to them.
Feeling left out at the moment. It's Van der Verde sliding in. Well, there's plenty of Filipino supporters over on the far side, and that score's got them up in raptures again. What an unbelievable game. We're only 12 minutes in. It's 5-4. Tit for tat continues here. Scotland go behind again.
And Philippines, up until now, most of their tries have been long balls or scooping here. Short ball play on the ML, and he fades out. Really late dive and spin. Lovely, lovely dive to just get underneath the defence there. So a bit of a change in tactics there.
Another 6 for Scotland in the meantime. Well, they're up to the 7 already and ready to strike. Anderson puts the ball back inside. Important touch by Takiailani Buchanan.
Well, I think that as the game goes on, Scotland will look to Anderson. He's a very, very experienced player.
Anderson. They change direction this time. Grant looks to go alone. Caught by Verld Antonio. And Verld Antonio makes the final important touch. The Philippines have kept out Scotland. And, well, finally we can take our breath back as the Philippines look to transition.
It's been about one of the first stops, one of the very few stops of the game, isn't it?
Quite a tough shove there from Scotland. There will be a penalty on the halfway.
Unnecessary, actually, because he actually had the touch on her to start with, and he had killed the momentum. He then didn't need to get physical.
Well, we'll continue on here with the Philippines on the attack as they look to open up a 2-try advantage for the first time in this game. How rare can you say that in 9-try affairs? Great pick-up, driving to the right, Ross Taylor there. Or actually this time it's Alan Shine who gets the pass away, and it's another Richter who scores. Philippines go 6-4 up.
And that is the same play that Scotland ran against them about 6 minutes ago to score. So just bouncing back to the open side, and just a big hole there. And great dive by Grace Burt to try and cover that, but it's just getting the pocket middle, just unable to recover.
Another Richter on the ball, this time of the Isaac variety.
Got to be a joke about a scale in there somewhere.
We'll try and work that one in later if they do anything particularly magnificent. 6-4 then, with 6 minutes left on the clock. Scotland back on the attack. Denied this time, Callum Smith. Smith, of the back door to Smith again, and over they go. Scotland have another on the board in his filth this time, with a couple of Smiths in tow.
No, I don't think that's been given a forward pass. In the
well,
last ball.
The referees hate fun, clearly hate fun, because that wonderful out the back door offload.
I don't think the referees got the memo that there's not supposed to be any defence in this game.
Yes, have they simply forgotten the level of scoring? 10 tries already in the first half.
Lovely bit of invention there.
The Philippines have massively fancied this mixed open pool. I was talking to the Richters earlier on in the week, and they have in fact stacked this mixed open side. They've really targeted it as their way into the latter stages.
Just, I think, a good job by Scotland disrupting that roll ball, because otherwise that scooper was away. Oh, and
that's perhaps the first unforced error of the day, really. It's been a pretty flawless game up to this point.
Yeah, and we're getting into the last, 5 to 4 minutes of the half, and that's when mistakes like that start to happen.
Alan Shine with Timothy Schenkin at the half. Shine, Schenkin again. And now they turn on the afterburners, and Shine whips it to the left-hand side. The whistle goes because Damon van der Verde was simply free and away, so they're lucky there to get the penalty, maybe Scotland, even if it is against them.
Yeah, no, I think they were, and I think, we go back to what we were talking about before about when referees decide to play advantage, when they don't. But also, it's interesting, Philippines going back to the tactics they were playing earlier of going wide. They've done a couple of quite close, tight short ball scores, and now
Van der Verde from close range, denied by Scotland.
So the question here is, are they going to be setting quickies here just to set up another turning and going wide. Or no,
Schenken, back to Van der Verde. Shine, looking to get on the outside. He finds a pass, great line speed from Scotland. But Alan Shine, back to his feet to play the ball, and he's undercooked that one. Great defence from Scotland, Simon.
Yes, absolutely. And again, seeing Philippines back into those counter-movement plays. It's a sweeper QB where the sweeper comes around, gives it straight back, and then they're just changing direction constantly, and that's what's giving the Scottish defenders a bit of trouble.
Big carry from Grace Burson there. And Scotland start the transition on the front foot. They're up to halfway. Here's Anderson again. Oh, a penalty for Scotland. Big chance for them before the break.
No, that's fifth touch.
Oh, just another touch then.
Yeah.
Rory Grant, lovely footwork. Look at him go. Ball back on the inside. Scotland have another. Second try for the Olympian Hannah Clefane. But what footwork from Rory Grant, just special. And that's Scotland's fifth. They're back within one try.
That was from a standing start from nothing, fifth touch. Rory Grant, another graduate there, Scotland Underage Academy. Rory Grant's older sister is actually in the Scotland women's rugby team. And
great ball back on the inside as well,
and he
Simon.
threw it back into one of her former teammates to score it.
Well, what a performance by Scotland. The Philippines, though, matching them all the way with their energy. Here's Richter, great pickup, finds his brother back on the inside. The Richters have done it again for the Philippines. Another score. What a comeback. As soon as Scotland go up the other end, Philippines drive down to the Scottish end zone, and, well, they've scored a seventh try.
And again, this is all about that agility and just getting defenders in positions where they cannot turn, cannot recover.
Well, what a score that is. Scotland now 2 tries away. Good pickup, though, from McKinnon. McKinnon again, working through the centres, the two McKinnons. Is it a tactic to put the family members together in the centre? The Philippines have done it too with the Richters.
Well, I got a bit of a knock there. So, actually, really good work by that Filipino right edge link to just, as soon as the ball came back, she just flew up. Well, he just flew up and just jammed the pass. Otherwise, that actually would have been a ball away to the corner there. So that was great defence by that Filipino link.
Scotland then with a chance to strike before the half, a minute and a half to go before we are into the break. McKinnon on the return out the back door to find his brother Ewan. Back to the 7 they go. Big opportunity for Scotland that they can't afford to miss. The McKinnons working together in the centre, looking to tease the Filipino defence. But the Philippines stand strong for now. McKinnon looking to open them up. Important touch made by Antonio. But it's a penalty, I believe, to Scotland.
And if you look at here, the Filipino left winger has come a long way infield. Now, she's very tall, so there'll be a question.
Well, there's the question that they're asking of the Philippines, back on the inside. In the end, defended well. It's Alan Clefane now. Here's McKinnon. Good footwork. Oh, what a pass to keep it alive. One more ball should do it, but it's forward, out of the hands of the diving Alan Clefane. But I think from that forward pass, Scotland, unfortunately, have run out of chances before the break. Seconds to go in this opening 20, and the Philippines will surely just burn these touches to go in 2 tries up at the break. That's just an extra penalty to boot.
The Philippines will take a wee while just to get this. Oh no, they're going to go 100 miles out.
Well, they are going to have a little go at things here. They don't know how close they are to the end of the first half. They're looking to create. That will tell them exactly how close they are to the end of the first half. The buzzer goes, and at the break, Scotland trail by 2 tries to the Philippines in our first knockout tie, live from pitch 2 at Highfields of the Touch Rugby World Cup 2024. At the break in the mixed open, the Philippines hold a slender 2-try advantage over Scotland. Simon, Scotland still very much in the game.
They are. I think there's a couple of things going on that I think Scotland have fixed. Firstly is I think they need to get Callum Anderson onto the field more in attack. He's not had much time at the line, and I think they need his experience and his leadership and guiding them around the field there. I'm noticing that Ross Taylor seems to not be kitted up, so I don't know if he's got an injury of some sort. But I would say that the other thing that the Philippines have done brilliantly in that half is they've actually really whatever Scotland do, Philippines have an answer for it defensively. So, whatever Scotland do defensively, Philippines have got an answer. So Philippines started off that game, Scotland were quite tight in defence, and so they threw it over their heads. Then Scotland had loosened a little bit, so Philippines have started going through in the middle and scored a couple of tries in the middle. Now you've seen the last couple of Philippine tries have been very much counter movement, cutting back against grain, using agility. So when you've got all three threats there, which actually give you a real defensive headache, because if Scotland starts coming in tight to deal with the agility game, then Philippines have already shown that they can just throw over their heads. If they loosen a little bit to take that threat away, then they're leaving up those holes for what we've seen as some lightning feet. I think Scotland's done some really nicely constructed tries. It would be good to see them perhaps try and just come back against the grain a little bit more and try and hit the far side winger, because I think the Filipino winger is coming in very, very tight. That said, she's very tall, so that is a hard pass. And I'll just finish by saying we're not exactly seeing a defensive masterclass today, but we're seeing some amazing attack.
Well, Simon, feel free to pass those messages on to the Scottish coaching staff in front of us. For now, though, in the mixed open playoff pools, it's Scotland who trail by 2 at the break to the Philippines. "20 minutes left for Scotland to try and save their mixed open campaign. They trail by just 2 tries, certainly still in the game against the Philippine side who have been on fire this competition. Only Australia have bested them so far. Scotland looking to add that name to that short but illustrious list. Simon Ebbett alongside me, the Scotland women's 27s and former men's 30s player. Your Scottish side will be in action later on this afternoon. For now, though, the mixed open side have got a bit of work to do.
They do. I was just thinking about it during half-time and thinking what we've seen is that Scotland has probably the better driving side. They're getting the better platform going in. Philippines are able to then just get a more explosive pace in their line attack. I'm just thinking whether Scotland maybe just get on the back of their driving a little bit more. See here, that's third touch halfway. This is what I mean. They're driving very well, and I just wonder if they just go straighter off that.
Well, this is Scotland's first attack of the second half, and drifting through the gaps again is Alan Clephane.
But that's what I'm talking about there, how they went straight, they were setting up to scoop. So I think if they just go a little bit more direct.
Well, the Philippines have their own opportunity to transition there, and it's the lightning quick Verda Antonio getting to the box.
This Philippines team looks young, doesn't it?
They are, in fact, quite a young group,
Yeah.
but they're a talented one as well. Part of that growing next generation of touch rugby players. Oliver Peregrina, they're out in the middle now. Lofted ball over the top. Here's Webster. Webster sliding in.
I think, yeah.
Touch made by McKinnon. Scotland deny the Philippines, but looking a little bit nervy out there, Simon. The Philippines come close twice in this second half.
That said, that's twice Philippines have gone to that left wing and it's been covered. Now, in the first half, Philippines were getting some joy out there, but that's twice that Scotland have actually covered that. The question will be, given that, will Philippines now go back to that more central agility-based attack that they started using?
Well, this time, though, the Philippines will not be denied, and they've added a 9th try to the board.
And it looks like Alan Kafane looks okay. Looked like he might have hurt himself in that as well, but as I was just saying, maybe they go back to that more short ball agility game.
Well, Richter's got fast feet. It's another one on the board. It's a hat-trick for the Richters, but it's a second one for Isaac in this game.
It's those teenagers with incredible feet.
Absolutely right, Simon. That one would have certainly done me in out there as well. Scotland on the drive in response. Well, diving towards the line once again is Scotland, and a quick reply for them in this second half.
Callum Anderson, who is struggling with a hip, and that's just not lovely. And that's we did say before half time that we felt he needed to be out there more. He's certainly doing it hard.
Well, here come Philippines in response. Alan Shine with the pickup, looks to the left-hand side. It's a good take in there, but unfortunately the Richters have to cough it up this time. And Scotland on the transition with Findlay Smith. Lovely line by Phil.
Lovely work by Phil there. And again, that's what we're saying, they're getting over halfway on third, and lucky to get away with that there, Philippines. Now if they can just go into this with some momentum.
Well, the McKinnons are back at it again in the midfield. Lovely miss pass, one more from Clefane. Over they go in the corner. Scotland cut the deficit.
No, I think that was a forward pass.
It's offside, unfortunately, there. So
I think that last pass may have gone forward.
Well, just the Philippines taking the pace out of the game for the moment. Scotland 3 tries behind here.
But that's better attack there. That's twice now that Scotland have isolated that right-hand side of the Philippines and got an overlap.
Well, here we go. The Philippines on the offensive as they look to create. Quick pick up this time from Schenken. Schenken out there in the centre with Chadburn. Chadburn with the pick-up, wrapping around the other side. They dummy to the left. Solman, great touch.
Great recovery.
Touch by Brown. Philippines, though, still looking to attack, and then some good line speed. Halts them again. Lifted off the deck by Fish. Van der Verde looking for the inside pass. It's excellently read. Scotland get involved, but it's a 6th set of touches for the Philippines.
But this is another one of those difficult judgment calls that referees have to make about whether a player actually played at it or not. And
well, this time the call was in the Philippines' favour. Lovely wraparound, looking to open up the field. Great footwork. But this time it's well read by Jamie McKinnon.
Yeah, he did a nice job of just coming up there and just holding that space so he could take, if the pass came off, he could chase out, but he could also put his arm.
Van der Verde sliding in to score. The hand goes up from Clefane, and they're denied again at the line, Philippines, but Scotland are on the edge here of conceding another. A few more touches for the Philippines. Isaac Richter. Richter again. What a pass! Solman! Where did that come from? Whipped out from right to left by Jacob Richter. Philippines are up into double figures.
That's that option they used earlier where they used in the first half they used a sweep and then fired the ball straight back to halfway through. There it was off a quickie, so they did a couple of quickies over the right hand side, wheeled Scotland in, and then just step back and throw. And I think this is they seem to have all the weapons, Philippines, and they're actually mixing the game up really nicely. They're going long, then going short.
It was going to take something special to get Scotland unstuck in this second half where they've worked so hard in defence, but ball went down there.
Interesting to hear the Scottish talk, sub-box there, just talking about just sticking to their process and not forcing things. There's still a lot of time to go in this game.
Interception, away goes Grant! And that's the simplest of scores for Rory Grant. They were in the transition, Philippines, and they just got isolated, forced to throw the long ball. Scotland get one back.
There's those little moments that can turn a game. Lovely little read there by Rory.
Well, a lovely read as well. Rory Grant on the board. Scotland still 3 behind. Well, here go the Philippines. Alan Shine gets it on the return. Shine goes in, looking for that offside call, but Innes Philp makes the touch.
Innes Philp, who recently graduated in fitness exercise. Another academy graduate, very fast feet himself.
Van der Verde looking to go through, but he is caught by Smith. And turnover Scotland. Well, it's 10-7 still here. The Philippines 3 ahead. Oh, here's the break from Scotland. The long ball, it's inches away.
What a fantastic effort from Kirsty Venter there.
Well, the Philippines survive.
But seeing Scotland getting a little bit more momentum through the middle here, they're just going a little bit more direct, scooping more, and they're actually getting to get some change off that. They haven't had much in terms of sets on the line. To get a change out of the driving game.
Good drive from Chadburn. It was the Philippines transition that became unstuck for Scotland's most recent score.
And one of the things that's really noticeable there is how a lot of downtime on that Philippine driving, and they are relying on that explosive speed out of the...
Lovely footwork from Richter, soft hands, they could be in behind here. What a touch that is on Schenken, but the referee has given the score. Well, this is lovely soft hands from the Philippines. Peregrina gets the last pass, but Timothy Schenken dots down. There was a hint of a touch there, though, Simon.
Yeah, there was, but there was again that explosive speed out of half. I mean, it was actually pretty slow and building up to that, and they were getting a lot of downtime. The ball exploding out of there, and then just, as you say, really lovely soft hands whipping them through, which comes from having depth on the ball.
And here comes Scotland, lovely ball inside. Rory Grant looking for another score. Great take, just fumbled, but Anderson kept a hold of it, and he's created another Scottish score.
Yes, that's classic Callum Anderson, fading out on the long ball there, and then just looking options either side. Beautiful dive there to finish it as well.
Jamie Carruth freshly onto the field, gets Scotland within 2. Good soft hands, over goes Carruth. It's a really tight game here. So Scotland closing the gap on the Philippines ever so slightly, but Alan Shine and Richter out there trying to turn the tide again in the Philippines' favour. What an awesome game of touch it's been so far. Lovely step from Van der Verde. Shine caught from behind. Quick pick up. Over the top goes Van der Verde. Final touch made, and the Philippines forced to turn it over.
Really good job done by Scotland on the line. They disrupt. So Hannah Ecclefane came in to cut down on the shutdown, and then Philippines tried to play phase, and they just disrupted the roll ball just enough that gave Kirsty Venter enough time to chase out there. Well,
the drive upfield now from Scotland Innes court. The ball rolls back a little bit loose there, and it is in fact a turnover, Simon.
I think that's a bit harsh. I've seen worse than that in some of the men's open games, and I think in the context of the game, but I'm not the referee.
It's a big call, certainly, as Scotland still live with this 2-point deficit, but there you go. The touch rugby god shining down on you as the sun cracks back out behind the clouds, Simon.
That's probably harsh too, because I just don't sound biased, but
that's absolutely fine.
I mean, it's the first time Scotland have got some decent field position this half.
McKinnon again. Ewan and Jamie working together. That's Ewan McKinnon on the pickup. Jamie McKinnon on the run. Sliding in himself. I think the ball was loose there. That's what Timothy Schenken is claiming too. But just the touch called. Scotland with one more chance to strike. McKinnon looks long, has to be ambitious, but it's beyond Amelie Brown.
Just wonder whether on that sweep they should have actually come back again against the grain the way Philippines have been done, because they actually had that whole Filipino defence turned and going over. So certainly I think one of the things Philippines did very well is just coming back and just changing direction constantly their attack.
Philippines will look to transition. And they do carve their way up to the 10. Good carry from Richter, ball on the inside to his brother Jacob.
Ooh, and a great diving touch to stop that.
To slow them down, so no momentum at the moment for the Philippines, but Isaac Richter looking to inject some. Great pickup by Peregrina, a great scoop. But he's got to come all the way back because he was touched as the half, and it's a penalty for, let's be honest, running away with the ball.
Yeah, a bit of time wasting there, a bit of gamesmanship.
We're all at the behest of the hooter as McKinnon makes great yards.
That's really clever. That's really clever by Jamie McKinnon. Just seeing that he's offside, running up and just drawing the penalty. Never put his hand out to engage the touch.
6 touches from halfway. Scotland trail by 2 tries as we approach the 7-minute countdown. There's the touch on Anderson, who isn't moving too cleanly out there. He's struggling a bit with the hip, but
so that was
penalty instead.
Forward pass off the ruck and line. And everyone was warned before the World Cup that refs were going to be very, very harsh on that. Questions sometimes, some of them I think they're flat, but everyone was told they're going to be very, very harsh on that, because what they don't want is players getting an unnecessary or unfair advantage just through a wee forward pass off the ruck.
Well, European champions Wales will face off Belgium in the other elimination game, and the winner of that will face either the Philippines or Scotland. That's the prize for whoever comes out on top in this tight affair that the Philippines still lead. Antonio with the carry, lovely footwork, look at him go. Werder Antonio, a real live wire. Van der Werder, their top scorer, to tap for this penalty, Simon.
And I think that's a bit harsh, but that's a very tall player against a small player. It's going to look bad, but I'm not sure about that.
Philippines burn the first touch. Back inside to Alan Shine, Van der Werder. Here comes the wrap. Well, they look to catch Scotland out, but they've read it really well, Simon. Good defence.
Yeah, but again, they came back against the grain there.
Great line speed. Alan Shine forced back. The Philippines need to create something soon. Van der Werder stepping off the left. Wonderful touch from Grant. And that's a missed opportunity for the Philippines, Simon.
It is, but I think also, you saw Scotland just get a little bit more physical in that set there. Take away that time, because one of the things Philippines have been really good at is just getting the ball off the ground so quickly in attack. And so Scotland getting there and just taking that away from them.
And they've got a penalty, so a fresh set of 6 touches for an offside.
What have we got, 5.5, 5 and a bit minutes?
About 5 minutes to go. Scotland need to get another score. Well, now the Smiths are out there, Callum and Findlay. And here is Smith to the other. Pick up from Findlay. Smith finds Callum. Touch made. Back to the 7 they go.
And again, that read by that.
Oh, what a pass! Whipped across the face from left to right. Down goes Amelie Brown, but it's not given, Simon.
Forward pass there, but again, that's the second time we've seen that left link for Philippines just come up, make a great read to just snipe in and take away, hit the player before he has time to pass.
Philippines looking to transition.
He's half. Yeah.
Well, touch there on Isaac Richter.
There's a bit of a mental mistake there. No, I'm not going to criticise Richter, he's had a phenomenal game.
But regardless, it's gifted the Scotland mixed open side 6 touches at the line. Caught there, so they'll have 4 to strike with. Grace Burton rolls it back, lifted off the deck by Brown. The McKinnon's back out in the middle here. Alan Clefane. Ewan McKinnon. Well, McKinnon leaves it, but he wants it back on the return straight away. Winding one up. Touch in the air. Emily Brown with a good take, but she'll earn nothing from it.
I think that's been called forward again. But interesting, the Philippines are doing a really good job. That every time it's long, they are just they've got it covered. They're coming over and covering that. So I think for that ball to work, Scotland needs to be a little bit more to bring that Lincoln wing a little bit before they run that play.
But it's difficult when the clock's against you in this fashion as well.
Exactly, they don't have time to work through the progressions.
Down goes the Philippines player from the touch, but it's a misroll there, so Scotland will have it back. They still have time. 3 minutes to go. They trail by 2 tries.
Another penalty.
Well, a try soon would certainly light up this game in the closing moments, Simon.
That is a lot of penalties that actually Philippines have conceded in the roll ball, in the ruck, in the last 5 minutes or so.
The pressure of the occasion. A place in the next round of the mixed open on the line. A date with Wales or Belgium awaits. Who will be taking on likely the European champions in Wales, unless the Black Sheeps can create something special. We'll wait and see as Scotland have another dart at the line here. Just assessing their options, then winding it up. Finally, a bit of space out wide.
And it's been
They've done
forward.
exactly as you said, Simon. They've sucked in the Philippines. Touchdown by Emily Brown.
And it's been another one chalked off for a forward pass.
Transition from the Philippines. Ball goes down. Big opportunity for Scotland.
Philippines making more mistakes in this last 3 minutes than they've made all game. I don't know whether that's tiredness, pressure maybe.
Well, it's a real shame that last try didn't stand, but they still have time. Here's Anderson. Grant.
I think one of the problems when you're on the line is that the line can often make a ball look forward.
And Grant goes in. Looking for that offside call, but Richter makes the touch.
Yeah, Richter just got him there. One of the things is that a ball will always float forwards after it's left the hands because of momentum. And when you've got and refs really should be calling it direction out of the hand, but when there's a line, it's very easy just to say that it's forward.
Change of direction. Anderson, great grade. Oh, lovely. Great reading of the play by Jamie Carrick. He grabs his second score.
That's the second time that he's run that against the grain, ripping it out to Anderson, he's then popped it back in. There are 3 changes of movement in that play. Take it out to right, rip it to left, and pop it back into the right.
Well, he's running on.
Who's basically on one leg by the looks of it.
That's what I was about to say. He's running on one leg, Anderson, but he's still creating for Scotland. They are within 1 score in this mixed open round of 16 knockout tie with a minute to go. Philippines taking all of the pace out of the game. Alan Shine, Van der Verde looking to seal it. Shine again. Huge touch from Scotland.
What a touch by Grace Burton.
Burton rises to the occasion, but the Philippines are in no hurry. Van der Verde looking to unleash one.
Now that's going to be a penalty. That's known as, colloquially in the game, as car parking. When you throw a ball so far off the field that it takes a long time for it to come back on. Referees picked up that tactic.
And Scotland have possession back again. 30 seconds on the clock. This could be the final drive. Here they go. Great carry by Smith. And it's on the return. Smith again. Philps out there in support. The 2 Smiths working in tandem. They've got to take on the Philippines here. Smith again. Back on the inside. The ball goes down. 6 touches. Philippines have it back. Is that the game? There goes the buzzer. The Philippines have done it. What a second half for Scotland. They fought their way back into the game, but in the end the Philippines had just enough to carry themselves over the line. Scotland are eliminated, but Simon, eliminated in fine fashion because they've had an excellent game.
They've had an excellent game and an excellent tournament, and I think one of the things to keep in mind, this is there's some experience in the team, there's also some inexperienced players, and I think they've done probably maybe better than they thought they would have. I think Philippines are a very, very good side. We can't take that away from them. They, the way they mixed it up in line attack, the way they kept changing to the right option, just some really good game readers there, and then just the footwork and the ball skills to make it come off. I think Scotland in the second half, they went more direct, they muscled up a bit more in the roll ball, and they got some dividends from that. I think just a couple of times players losing their footing slightly, a few forward passes. But I think on balance, you've got to say it's been a pretty amazing performance from both sides. But that Philippine side has a lot of attacking weapons.
And it looks like they will take on Wales in the next round unless Belgium can upset the European champions. Simon, best of luck to the Scotland Women's 27 side, and thank you for joining us as well.
Thank you very much for having me.
And we're going to head on and try and pick up some of these victorious Philippines players, and we can talk them through their big victory and their date with perhaps the European champions in the quarter-final ahead of another knockout tie in the Mixed Open.